severing the ligaments to his hands. He finally got back use of his fingers and was able to play with his hands. Not near as good as he did before, but to him, it was a joy to be able to get the use back of his hands enough to pick a guitar. The simple things in life can sometimes be the most upsetting when you lose that ability all of a sudden. People that lose their hearing. I look at what happened to Rush Limbaugh and the frustration he went through it was right before 9/11. I noticed in June, July, and August that he sounded frustrated, like he wanted to quit, and I started to call into the show, but somebody else called in the show and thought he was fixing to quit because he sounded frustrated. Well, what it was, he was totally deaf and couldn't hear what he was saying, but he was pro enough to watch that needle for his voice level to keep it under control. But that dowdy sound was in his voice, and he was trying to overcome that. But yeah, that was a real shock to know that he was deaf. And I thought, well, I'm relieved because his show's going to continue. Even though he can't hear, he's still running his show. So if you have some disability like that, don't give up. Until you draw your last breath, there can be improvement. Just put it in God's hands and He'll take care of it. I mean, even a few weeks ago, it was so difficult to even do a chord, and I couldn't do a bar chord, but it's coming together. You'll have stages where you don't think you're making progress, and then all of a sudden you take another level. And it's been really good. Now I got a story about my wife, and this is really, really funny thing that happened. We were at Horse Pens 40, and I believe it was Charlie Daniels or Ralph Stanley that was there that night. And she was taking care of the refreshments table back behind the stage, making sure the artists got what they needed. But she was on crutches. Couldn't get around without the crutches. Well, the guy that owned the place told this boy, said, get on that John Deere Gator and go around behind the stage and get that crippled woman and take her up to the restroom. Well, he gets on the Gator and goes around there and pulls up and said, he sent me down here to get that crippled lady, to take her around to the bathroom or whatever she needed. And she said, well, you go back up there and tell him that I'm not crippled. I may be crazy, but I'm not crippled. And from then on, he called her crazy. Now that was my wife. She was funny. Oh, I'm telling you, so much fun. But yeah, go tell him I may be crazy, but I'm not crippled. And everybody got a big kick out of that. But he started calling her crazy after that. So she was known as crazy around there. We had some good times up there at Horse Pens. I was Charlie Daniels' chauffeur up there when he came to do a show. I took him around to get whatever he needed. If he needed something from the bus, I'd give him a ride in my car around to the bus. And we talked about fishing, and he wanted to know how the fishing was around here on the Tennessee River. And I said, well, it's pretty good fishing. You need to come down. And so he came down and fished some on the Tennessee River. I told him to get Bill Dance to bring him down. He was familiar with the area. I know that would have gone well. But I guess I need to cut this video off because I don't need to run over. It won't take a long video till I've got 500 subscribers. So y'all subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. It helps, and I've got to get to 500 subscribers before it'll allow me to make a long enough video. So I'll go. This is old and crackadated, and if it can, it will, and it probably will. Now you get to see me make a big exit. I'm in the corner of my studio, and I've got the control consoles over here. I've got amps over here and over there, and drum set there, and the monitor here, and guitars, banjos, mandolins, steel guitars, you name it, scattered all over this place.